This is the weekly sales meeting for February 4th, 2024. My name is Chris Fleming. You can reach me at chris@cdmediaconsulting.com or go to our website at cdmediaconsulting.com. Today's topic is the importance of the pause. In our rush for instant gratification, we've lost the art of interpersonal communication. We have become reliant on text messages, social media, shorthand, and slang. This has messed with our ability to express ourselves on the verbal scale. And forget the written word, writing skills have gone out the window. The me-first world of social engagement has left us with the need for the dopamine drip. We get addicted to likes and shares. Meanwhile, having a give-and-take conversation is now a skill few own. Most don't know where to start, and we don't know how to sustain a conversation, one that would leave both parties not only satisfied with the outcome, but eager to have another one, should the opportunity present itself in the future. One of those things that makes for good conversation is the pause. It is that ability to digest what the other person has said before responding. As we have discussed, most listen only to respond. It is the rare few who listen to understand. In the fast-paced world of communication, the art of the pause often goes unnoticed. It gets overshadowed by the desire to fill every moment with words. Yet the pause in conversations is an essential element that carries immense significance. It is a cornerstone of effective communication. These moments of silence offer a range of benefits. It fosters deeper understanding. It is a nod of respect and empathy. It allows the other person to shine. It gives them the spotlight, and it makes you a much more interesting conversation partner. Deborah Frances Tannen is an American author. She is a professor of linguistics at Georgetown University. She claims the art of conversation lies in finding the right balance between speaking your mind and letting others express their thoughts. The pause allows the listener to process and absorb the speaker's words. It gives them a moment to reflect on what's been said and understand the nuances, assuring a more meaningful engagement. Effective communication is a two-way street, and active listening is an integral part of it. The pause provides an opportunity to plan thoughtful and well-considered responses. It prevents impulsive reactions or hasty responses. It allows one to offer well-reasoned input. It helps us ask questions. It invites other comments. All will contribute to a conversation's depth and quality. The pause often accompanies moments of vulnerability and emotional sharing. Allowing these moments to breathe fosters empathy. It signals to the speaker that their feelings and experiences are acknowledged. Not only are they acknowledged, but they are also respected. It comes across as comforting. It displays a level of emotional support. This can build trust. The pause in your conversation exhibits respect for the speaker's thoughts. It gives a spotlight to the other person's opinions, regardless of whether you agree with them or not. It shows that you value what the other person is saying. You are giving them the time and space to express themselves. This respect is at the core of healthy interactions. It allows for dissent as the conflict is respectful. William Hazlitt was a 19th century English essayist, drama and literary critic. He was a painter, a social commenter, and sometimes a philosopher. He is considered one of the greatest essayists in the history of the English language. He wrote, "The art of conversation is the art of hearing as well as of being heard." In disagreements or conflicts, the pause offers a moment of de-escalation. It provides time for reflection. It will prevent the conversation from escalating into an argument. When we are so busy worrying about what point we want to make next, there is no time for de-escalation. The pause allows for clarifications. It puts mutual understanding on the table. Often it can lead to a resolution rather than a fight. The pause acts as a natural rhythm marker for all conversations. It will help regulate the flow and pacing of the discussion. It allows for an orderly on-ramp of thoughts and ideas. It can't prevent interruptions or speaking over each other. It keeps the words flowing at an even pace. The pause has varying degrees of effectiveness across cultures. Some cultures emphasize silence as a sign of attentiveness. For most, it creates discomfort. We do need to be aware of these cultural nuances. Call it respecting the local conventions. This assists cross-cultural interactions. The pause gives us the ability to reflect on what's being said. It gives us time for self-awareness and self-correction. A well-timed pause can help us understand when we have strayed off the topic. Reactions and facial expressions will tell us when we need to rephrase for clarity, and it will show us when we need to dive deeper for understanding. Selling is often an educational process. Injecting the pause prevents us from throwing up all over our potential customers. While it is not a literal action, the proverbial word vomit happens often. It comes from our too eager ability. We want to prove how much we know, instead of demonstrating our ability to empathize and understand our customers' problems. The pause gives us time to process information and plan more questions. They enhance the learning process by allowing for discussion. It ensures both parties can comprehend the subject matter. The pause can also have an impact on power dynamics. In negotiation, for instance, silence can be a potent tool. The party that is comfortable with silence often holds the advantage. They can elicit concessions or responses from the other party, and they do it by withholding words. In the noise of our daily lives, conversations often become a rapid exchange of words. There is an urgency to speak, and it overtakes the art of listening. This crushes the spirit of conversation. It chokes off the air and the fire of meaningful dialogue. Letting your conversations breathe is a skill, one that can be practiced and refined. The results will be deeper connections. It will offer you a better understanding of people, and it will bring you to more thoughtful interactions. Here are some ways for you to practice your skills, and what you can do to help your dialogue flourish. The foundation of allowing your conversation to breathe is active listening. When you listen to what the other person is saying, you create a natural pause in the conversation. Instead of immediately formulating your response, give the speaker your full attention. This active engagement encourages the speaker to express themselves with free range. Resist the urge to interrupt. We do it because we want to add our thoughts or opinions. Resist this urge. When you allow the speaker to finish their point, you acknowledge the value in their words. You give them the space they need to express themselves. This promotes a sense of respect in the conversation, even if it is not returned by the other person. What else can you do? Practice nonverbal cues. Add to your repertoire such actions as nodding, eye contact, and facial expressions. The nonverbal cues will communicate that you are engaged and attentive. This is the encouragement the speaker needs to continue sharing their thoughts. Nonverbal communication conveys the empathy and understanding we alluded to earlier. You can further enhance this engagement by asking open-ended questions. These queries invite the speaker to elaborate. It encourages your conversation partner to share more. It gives them space and the forum to express their ideas in greater depth. The opposite of this would be closed questions, as if you were having a conversation with a teenager who would only give you one-word answers. Instead, use questions that begin with what, how, or why. From time to time, pause, then reflect and recap what you hear. Summarize their main points. This demonstrates your engagement. It allows the conversation to breathe. This natural pause gives you space, and it gives the speaker a chance to clarify or expand on their thoughts. This is the hard one for most. Silence doesn't always need to be filled. Many people feel uncomfortable with silence, so they rush to break it with chatter. Yet silence can be a powerful tool for letting a conversation breathe. It allows both parties to process what's been said, and it invites more discussion. Resist the urge to fill the void, lest you talk yourself out of your main goal. Emotional conversations often enjoy moments of silence. When discussing sensitive topics, you'll want to let the other person express themselves. When providing emotional support, it's essential to let them do so without interruption. It brings a deeper and more authentic connection. Often it will diffuse even the most volatile of situations. The Greek Stoic philosopher Epictetus was born into slavery. While he lived in Rome before being banished, he lived out his days in northwestern Greece. Epictetus taught us that philosophy is not a theoretical discipline, but a way of life. Did he practice what he preached? One of his famous teachings is in the fine art of conversation, listening is just as important as speaking. He might have been onto something. While you are listening and responding, avoid the urge to over-explain. Sometimes we feel the need to over-explain our point of view. Instead, express your thoughts. When finished, pause. It will signal it is the other person's turn to speak. It gives them a chance to respond, or a chance to ask for clarification. Over-explaining stifles a conversation's natural flow. It makes us seem like a know-it-all instead of a trusted advisor. Avoid coming across as pompous or arrogant. The main practice for sellers is empathy. In every aptitude test I have ever taken, I have low scores in this area. It's not that I don't have it, it is that I don't lead with it. I lead with vision and understanding. It is only later that I work on transference. So I must work on this and work hard to not put my stamp on someone else's experience. The simplest way to practice empathy is to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Imagine how they might feel or what they might need from the conversation. This is real empathy. In doing doing so, you will allow the conversation to breathe, and do so in a way that supports the other person's communication style and emotional state. Not every conversation has to be rapid fire. Allow conversations to unfold at their own pace. Taking the time to let the conversation breathe leads to more profound insights. Solutions will develop in the gaps, and above all, a connection gets made. John Marshall was an American statesman and a lawyer. He was a founding father of the United States. He served as the 4th Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court. He served from 1801 until he died in 1835. He remains the longest-serving Chief Justice in U.S. history. He is often regarded as one of the most influential justices to ever serve. He wrote, "To listen well is as powerful a means of communication and influence as to talk well." He knew when to talk. He also knew when to listen and when to pause. He knew this art of letting the conversation breathe is rooted in active listening. It is the ultimate in respect. It is an expression of empathy. It's about giving the other person the space and time they need to express themselves. By mastering this skill, you can foster deeper, more authentic connections. You will encourage understanding with your discussion partners, and you will engage in more enriching conversations. The importance of the pause in conversations cannot be overstated. These moments of silence offer many advantages. They enable active listening. It sets the stage for thoughtful responses. It is the first step towards fostering empathy. It gives respect to your conversation partner. This time allows for greater understanding of the discussion. It serves as an essential element in promoting effective communication. Use it for conflict resolution. It is the key to learning. It helps with cultural sensitivity, and it works to keep a balanced power dynamic. The pause is often overlooked, but it is a cornerstone of productive interactions. Remember to pause in your conversations, because the most powerful message is often found in the absence of words. What is left unsaid can be as influential as what is spoken. My latest book, 52 Weekly Sales Meetings, is now available on Amazon.com. If you like what you have heard here today, please consider ordering a copy or two. You can always send one to a friend. Go to cdmediaconsulting.com right now and follow the instructions to order.